This video is being shown to you under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowances is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, education, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Smash that like button. Let's go.
What's up? What's up? What's up? It is your girl Survivor Speaks back with a new live. So, what's going on, y'all? I'm your favorite breast cancer survivor, Survivor Speaks, and we got some things to talk about. So, as we know, there was a verdict in the Diddy trial. He was found not guilty. I'm just jumping right into it, aren't I? He was found not guilty on 3 counts. He was found guilty on counts, I want to say it's 3 and 5. And they are the prostitution charges, the Mann Act, if you will. What's up, AOBD? AOBD, what's going on with you? Why you got your hand? AOBD, why you got your hands in your head in your hands? So listen. I don't want anybody to spoil it for me. I have not looked yet. The last time that I heard about what they were doing, they were waiting for the judge. The judge gave the defense and the prosecution an hour to get some proposals together. So the prosecution is proposing that they keep Diddy incarcerated until sentencing. I agree. However, being that he was not charged, he was found not guilty, of the other charges. They're saying, oh, now he's really just, he was found guilty, basically of a misdemeanor prostitution charge. That's what they were saying. So the government is still saying he's a danger. Oh, wow, it failed. Okay. He's a danger. He had, allegedly he assaulted Jane. And he was, when they arrested him, he was planning for a freak off. So, oh, there it is. I'm looking at something. I'm sorry. So he was planning a freak off. So, why is my chill all the way down like this? Hold on, I'm trying to get something I need to upload. So, what is this? Okay. I have a link in the chat. It's not much on there yet, but please subscribe to that channel, Survivor Speaks 2.0. I'm still working on what we're doing over there. So when I do know more, I will definitely let you guys know what we're going to be doing over there. We do have a direction in which we're going to be going, but haven't really put it all together yet. I will definitely let you know. And I'm going to show you a video. I want you guys' feedback on the video, and keep in mind, this is my first time. I'm working with some new tools. Listen, always looking to do something else, and yeah, I thought it came out pretty cool. So I'm going to show you guys that, but we need to talk about this first. So I did not hear, and I don't want anybody to spoil it for me. I don't want anybody to spoil it for me. I did not hear whether or not the judge gave him bail. Now listen, he still could be facing up to 20 years. Those charges carry 20 years on 10 years, 1 to 10 years for each. The judge can sentence him and run them current, and he can do like a 10-year sentence, but he can do anywhere from a 1 year to 10-year sentence, or they can give him time served, and with the hefty fine, and what do you call that? Oh, so where are these things at? This is it right here. So I'm gonna just use this because I know it is. So yeah, and he wants to be able to go home, so he gets to keep all of his money. The courts, I'm sure, are going to impose some type of time. But what message did these jurors, send to victims? And I'm not just talking about female victims, to male victims as well. So the world has to watch out because they let the man out, and he's going to be on the loose. He already has a God complex, like he cannot be stopped. So, Jane, you better run. Um, you better run. Everybody else better run. Because listen, he's like, okay, they just sat me down for 7 months. And of course, like, they couldn't hold me down. They couldn't hold a black man. Don't come here with that. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Don't want to hear it. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Child. I'm glad I looked. That is not even the right thing, child. So yeah, I just think that they gave him, like, the card to continue on doing what he does. I mean, and I feel sorry for the people that will continue to deal with him, any women that continue to deal with him. But that's on you now. Like, it is known what he is about. It is known what he likes. The world knows now. If you decide to go over there and drop it low for the diddler, and then he takes you to somewhere else, that is on you. So, and that's all I got to say about that. Okay. But I just think that they gave him, okay, so this is it. I just think that they gave him a, get out of jail free card. And I don't believe, like, I think this jury should have been sequestered. I still stand on what I stand on. I think this jury should have been sequestered because it just does not make sense to me. Bribery was 100% proven in this case, right? So they were hung as of yesterday. And mighty funny, like today they come in and they have a verdict. So I'm just not convinced that this case was decided and that the jury decided on what the law says. So they were very unclear, especially when it came to the distribution of whatever narcotics. But just know that you can if oh I'm sorry. Oh, child. Hold on a minute. I'm somewhere I ain't supposed to be. Y'all didn't see that. So they basically gave him a get out of free jail card. So get out of jail free card. So, I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna look at whether or not what they decided. Because like I said, I was up to the point where, the verdicts were read. I did watch Teeth of Tales. I do think the government should have went outside after this trial, and they would have definitely saw how she was being harassed. Like they were coming at her like she brought the charges. I was like, oh wow, y'all really out here doing this? Like she brought the charge. Like she is the one that made the charge. No, she covered this case in depth with what she believed and with her beliefs. And people don't have to agree with her. But why should his sons? They said the sons was like, where Tisa Tells at? I said, oh really? Child, this is a mess. This is a whole entire mess. And it's a good thing that she had security, because if she didn't have no security, it's a content creator on there with on YouTube, from YouTube, very disrespectful, was trying to walk up on her. And then they're gonna tell her your security is not doing enough job, a great job. I was like, you know what, Tisa, this is over. These people are unhinged outside this courtroom. People that Diddy would never even look at twice if he saw them. I'm just being honest. He would never look at them twice. Y'all out there, y'all made complete fools out of yourself during this whole freaking trial. Some of these content creators, or just some ordinary people that are from New York. So, and that's my opinion, and that's what I said. So let me go on over here and pull up. I want to see, because I do not know, and I don't want nobody to tell me because I'm not looking. Here we go. Got it right on up. So I'm going to go ahead to Inner City Press, and to get acclimated on what they decided to do. But we're going to take a look at. All right, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that just yet. Come on, in the city press. Stop. Gotta put it right there in my face. All right. So somebody in popcorn. I cannot with these people. Ooh, y'all. Okay. I don't want to look ahead. Okay, so hold on a minute. Why is this showing like this? Where's your stuff from earlier? Okay, let me go find Jules Manson, because right now, me in the city, I don't know what's going on in the city. Sometimes it's easier to go to here. Sometimes it's easier to go over here to Jules Manza. Running late with this. Here are the updates. Day 34, U.S. 12 majority charge. All right, give me 1 second here. Okay, no, this is your trial update. Because we need to look at this. Because I'm just like, hold on a whole goddamn minute. So we are on day 24. Hold on. All right, here it is. All right, no, I don't want your update. I want the... Okay, so here we go. We got it here. So we're going to look at... So yeah, I'm gonna pull Jewel over here. Let's take a look at this just to run through it briefly. Okay, so here are the counts, right? The count 1 was racketeering conspiracy. Count 2 was trafficking of Cassie Ventura. 3 was transportation for prostitution of Cassie and others. 4 was trafficking of Jane. Oh God, I'm conflicted with Jane. Y'all know that. Y'all know I can't stand Jane, right? I'm sorry, y'all. I can't stand Jane. Transportation for prostitution of Jane and others was the 5th count. So here there is okay. So yesterday the jury reached a verdict on counts 2 through 5, but the count agreed. Okay, I don't want to read that. So I do want to read this because this is very interesting. Chow, sir, could you stop? Just stop. Sorry, y'all. Okay. AOBD is on here under AOBD. He is not under here under the painters, whatever it is. Okay, so it says Sean Combs was seen praying as he sat by the defense table. God, please watch over my family. His family responded. His lawyers are some meters away talking to each other. No prosecutor seen at this time. Lots of tension. So the judge isn't in, and Combs has been escorted out. His family and supporters clapped in support to ease the tension, I'm sure. I'm surprised that they were allowing this to go on in the courtroom. Normally, they don't allow any outbursts, regardless to how the verdict goes. And they also cheered after Agnifilo made the closing statements, which is really, really odd because you're in a federal court. And of course, they're more strict than the state court is supposed to be. And so it's just that, little things that you allow him to get away with. So, um, so Combs isn't leaving the courthouse. He's just going downstairs to wait. There's still no word on whether the jury has reached a verdict. Yesterday, Judge Subramanian instructed them to go straight to the jury room upon arrival this morning. She got the eyes here. So Agnifilo says there's a new note from the jury. They've reached a verdict. Yes, they have reached a verdict on all counts. It's mighty funny that Agnifilo be knowing stuff first. How you know Agnifilo? Sit, listen, child. I'm gonna just keep what I did to myself. That's what I'm gonna do. So the rest of the lawyers in Combs' defense team are all in. The prosecutors have now filed in. The defense lawyers left the courtroom to confer with Combs. He went downstairs to wait in the holding cell. So they're with him there. Combs' family left, but are now they're now back in. So Combs is now in. He smiled and nodded at his family before taking his seat. Judge says we received a note at 9:52 a.m. stating we have reached a verdict on all counts. Come on now, y'all. They was hung yesterday. So today it's like, okay, because the defense made sure that the jury was not told that they would open the court for them to deliberate tomorrow, which would be July 3rd. So here we are. Right. If you're here, hit that like button. Hit the like button. It's a free way to support the channel. You can also donate to the show. It's not mandatory, but it's welcomed. So let's go. So we have reached a verdict on all counts. Is there anything either side wishes to address before we bring the jury in? They said no. Please maintain order while the verdict is read and until the jury has exited. The four-person juror number 5 will be reading the verdict. Oh, so they let the jurors, the four-person read the verdict. So the judge says, is the verdict unanimous? He says, yes, it is. Please hand the verdict form to the deputy. The deputy will now read the verdict. Oh, okay, I thought that he said that the juror was going to read the verdict. All right, whatever. That's what I thought. Okay, in the case of United States versus Combs, count 1, what is your verdict? Not guilty. Also, juror 5 is saying what they said, not guilty. On the charge of ex-trafficking involving Cassandra Ventura, not guilty. Ciao. So I did know about what was guilty and what's not. What I need to be made aware of was whether or not they gave the bail. So we're going to get to that. I don't know now. I don't know what nobody to tell me. So deputy on the charge of transportation for prostitution, guilty. On the charge, they said that it looked like they sucked the wind out of him when they got to that one. And they said guilty because it holds he could be sentenced to anywhere from 1 to 10 years. So it sucked the wind out of him because they got a party scheduled for the 4th of July. They got parades and stuff already scheduled, dear Jesus. This is why I'm saying this jury should have been sequestered. All right. And on the charge of transportation for prostitution involving Jane, guilty. So on the charge of ex-trafficking involving Jane, not guilty, but on the charge of transportation for prostitution involving Jane, guilty. Why didn't they have like a stand-alone charge for the male prostitutes? They were trafficked for prostitution. I don't care what they want to be called. You a whole prostitute. Mm-hmm. So the judge has praised the jurors for their 10 weeks of service, calling it inspiring and a sign of hope. He's asked the media not to question them. The jury leaves. Agnifilo wants Combs to be released. So he says he's no longer facing ex-trafficking or racketeering charges. His plane is chartered and currently in Maui. He doesn't have access to it. This is his first conviction, and it's for a prostitution-related offense. He should be released. So his plane is in Maui because if you didn't know, if you weren't here or never heard me say it before, any other content creator, he has made over $400 and something million while being incarcerated and renting out his jet. The people don't know that is P. Diddy's jet. But I hope that they brought sanitizer, lots of Lysol, wipes, spray, bleach, and everything. It's leather, ain't it? And inside, and wipe that stuff on down before they sat their honeys down in his plane. Cause they was freaking off in the plane. Child, listen. All right, so Agnew Phillips says his family is present and can sign a bond. We're asking that he be released today to return home to Two-Star Island. He gets to keep all of his assets. He may have to get up off a little bit of that bread to pay a fine, but he gets to keep his assets. Ciao. I know they all happy about that. But I do think all they needed was to find him guilty on one other charge, and then he would have been guilty of the RICO. I think that this jury went rogue and charged him with something that they really couldn't get around. But if the prostitution across state lines, is X trafficking really that much different? I'm just saying. Because now everybody going to be. That was saying that, he needs to, be held accountable for the things that he's done. How people just like to jump over and switch sides. I feel sorry for where he lives, where he frequents, all of that, because they're not safe. When he's let out, the people are not safe. Jane, you better run. You better lay low. But no, Jane probably will. He'll call Jane. I ain't gonna do nothing to you. You don't got time for a freak off. Yeah. So that's all I'm saying. Okay, he should 7 months. No, he needs a reality check. He needs a reality check. Especially when we can go back and watch videos now with everything that came out and we can see it. And you be like, well, damn, we wouldn't have thought that before if it didn't come out in court. I know that they're saying that he's going to have a hard time. Nobody's going to want to work with him and yada, 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 yada. He may not get to where he was, but listen, as long as he got Kanye, y'all go ahead and fill in the blank. Anyway, so it says, so his family, the judge says this is being raised just now. I'll hear from the government shortly. Are you suggesting he simply walks out today? Agnew Phillips says yes. Of course, y'all know Agnew Phillips is the one that said Cassie is gangster. She loved the ex, and he's glad that she does. I couldn't believe he said that. But anywho, all right, so Combs has been found guilty of the Mann Act, transportation of former girlfriends Cassie Ventura and Jane. However, he was not found guilty of running a criminal enterprise and 2 counts of trafficking. So the defendant is facing a maximum sentence of 20 years. Even while this case was pending, he assaulted Jane. And here, hold on, y'all. I just realized something. I'm over here with the bombs going off. Yeah, y'all didn't even hear it. So I'm over here with pressing a button. I forgot if I don't adjust the, anywho. So she says the defendant is facing a maximum sentence of 20 years, right? Even while this case was pending, he assaulted Jane. And here in New York, while preparing to surrender, he was found with D-Rugs in his hotel room, clearly ready to commit the same offense again. He sure enough did have a freak off. He was going to have him a little freak off. Ciao. So Combs has already been in detention for 1 year. It wasn't 1 year. He's been there 7 months. Now that he's been cleared of the racketeering and ex-trafficking charges, the defense wants him out on a $1 million bond before his sentencing, but the prosecutors are saying, hell to the no, to the no, hell to the no. All right, we're going to see. It's up to the judge. Now, let's go, because I don't know what they said yet, but we're going to get to it. So Combs keeps shaking his head, which drew the judge's attention. Combs does not want to go back to the MDC. He's shaking his head. The judge said, I like letters from both sides. When can I expect them? In a few hours. All right, letters by 1 p.m. He gave him to 1 o'clock. Okay, let's go. 1 o'clock. All right, so we'll reconvene in the afternoon. I'll notify the parties once we set the time. So, Your Honor, Combs isn't a fool to violate any conditions. Agnafilo said. Why are you still talking, Agnafilo? He said 1 o'clock. Get your paperwork together. Go sit down. Nobody wants to hear from you anymore. He said that he will see you in a few hours. Go write all that down in your motion or whatever, the letters he said that he's going to accept. You still up here running your mouth. You just sorry, I'm sorry. And they're adjourned. So Sean has been led back out to the holding cell. He's not free to go. Y'all thought he was just going to get up and walk out the door. He's not free to go. All right. So Tenny Garagos was she was so emotional after the verdict was given that she was crying. Ciao. Anywho, supporters shouted "Free Puff" as his family left the courthouse. There's a lot of clapping and cheers. His mother was waving like she was a rock star today. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you and thank you. It's on my short. Thank you. And I love y'all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Free Puff. Free Puff. I said, what you got? Go ahead, Mama Combs. She's doing what any parent would do. So y'all know how I feel, regardless as to what they're saying about her background, what she used to have in her house and all of that. She is a woman that is 80 years old. She's somebody's mother. She's somebody's grandmother. We don't have concrete proof. We just have a lot of speculation going on about what she did or whatever. And I've just been taught to respect my elders. So I don't agree with all of that, disrespecting her and stuff like that. It is just disgusting. And to the YouTubers that think that you are really complimenting her by being disrespectful. Let me tell you something. I've heard week to week, somebody in the crowd yelling, "You so fine, Mama Combs, I'll drink your bath water." What is that to say to somebody's mother? Yeah, I don't get it. But anywho, disrespectful. And she said nothing. She would wave a little bit. You could tell she was nervous. She would wave a little bit to the crowd, but to that child, she was like, "Hey, y'all, hey, thank you. Love you, free puff, child." So this ish got my blood pressure right up, making make sense because I'm over here like, child. Listen, all right. So let's see. Pro Diddy supporters are shouting at the influencers who believed he was guilty. The tension is escalating. It was very disturbing to watch how some of these content creators was trying to get at Tisa Tells. If she did not have security, oh yeah, they would have been all over her. But lucky for her, she does have security, because people thought that she was just lying. Like, I got security. And they thought that she was lying. No, she does have 2 security guards. Lovely T was telling the people she has 2 security guards. One stands in the back of her and one stands. They just don't get on camera. But she said that she also has security guards in other places that she would not point out where they are. But they really, really was like heckling her and trying to get to her like she brought the charges. She just covered the case. What was really going on with them? And this spoke volumes. Do you not think that the people that are donating to Tisa, they don't know that they're donating? While you are heckling her, they're out here still donating to her because they support her channel. This is a business. It is a job for her. She doesn't have any other income. But a lot of things cost monthly for us to keep these channels going. Now, if you have some people that use the bare minimum, and I'm just a big stickler for not using the system in having, watermarks mess with my head. Remove that watermark. I don't need to. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And hey, Missy Boo, welcome, girl. So we didn't get to it. No spoilers in the chat, Missy. We got to the verdicts, but what I don't want to know, because I didn't look at anything. So no spoilers in the chat if you know whether or not he got bail or not. We're going to get to that together. So, but welcome, Missy. I'm glad that you're here. But my thing is that, yeah, we do like there's charges that we incur, like especially like if somebody, like for me, it's just with anything that I use. I don't like the watermarks. They get your, even though I am a I don't even plug them like I should, but even if you are a content creator, I am a partner of Restream. So I am a partner of Restream. I do have a link. Al, you can drop the Restream link in the chat if you're a content creator. Go on over and click my link and sign up for whatever package that you like over there on Restream. You have the ability to sign up for a package where you can stream to 30 different platforms at one time. Restream comes with its own with music for you to use, so you won't be your channel can't get struck if you're using the music that Restreams afford you in the background. They also have designs for you to use. Some people are just not into designing their own things for the backdrops and backgrounds. I kind of enjoy that type of stuff. I like messing with a lot of things, but they have all of that in the back of Restream. So depending, they do have a free tier, then they have another tier that pays, and then they have another tier. So if you sign up using my link, you will save 30% off of your, is it the first month or 3 months? Something like that. But anyway, yeah, back to the show. I never plug them, and I should. I am a partner of theirs, so it's no extra charge to you. It's just that if you use my link, yeah, run me my coin. Restream. All right, so court will reconvene at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard. So Combs' family is back in the court for the bond hearing. The defense team is in, but Sean Combs isn't. Okay, now I know we had it. What happened, Jewel? Hold on, because I don't know what just happened here. Okay. Oh. So 21, Combs' family is back in the court for the bond hearing. The defense team is in, but Sean Combs isn't. Child, are y'all ready? Because I think it's underneath. It's coming up. Listen, is Diddy going home to be a part of the parade that they have set up for him? Is Diddy going to be at the 4th of July celebration that they have set up for him? Is Judge Subramanian going to allow them to bail Diddy out for $1 million and allow him to fly between Miami, New York, and California? Tish was telling all the jurors, I do agree everyone should be grown, but she was taking this ruling too serious. But plus the lady that acted a fool in the courtroom been trying to get at her. Oh, Tisa Tales? Oh, yeah, she wasn't the only one. It was very disturbing to ask. Well, no, so Tisa Tales, so everybody has access to that information. It's not like they actually put out that information. And just like, Tisa is Tisa, she has her supporters. She just reported on this case. They were acting like she brought the charges against him. She's reporting on the case, and from what she sees, and she stands with the victims. So do I. I stand with them women, and this is why people don't come and speak their piece. But I stand with Cassie. Jane, y'all already know I'm conflicted when it comes to Jane. Y'all know I'm conflicted. However, she signed up for this, but at some point she did become a victim. Can we look at the night where she was assaulted by him? She hit him first. He had not abused her up until that date, they said. But she looked at Cassie's lawsuit, and I'm just going to call the thing a thing. She it was mighty funny after that night. After she read that Cassie got that 20 million from him, she decided to assault him. And I was always taught by my mother, by my family, period. If you don't want somebody to put their hands on you, then don't put your hand on them. Especially a man, because then now you get to have conversations like these. And I'm sure the conversation went like Jane hit him first. And even though in the court of law, and this is with anything, if you're saying that I unalive somebody in the heat of passion, right? Just why a lot of people don't win those cases, because if you thought for a split second, what am I doing? This is crazy. And then you were in the heat of passion. And then you thought for a split second, what am I doing? Am I ready for this? And you decide to do it anyway. You're not going to win a case in the heat of passion using that type of defense. So she left for 2 hours, according to her. He got his lick back. He caught her. And on her way, when she was running, they said he kicked her in the back, with his ugly foot, the one that's what he called. Yeah, Nessa, what's up? What's going on? So I stand with them as well. Yes, Missy Boo, and I did hear you yesterday about, you and your family being out on the front line with women. And this is why women don't speak out, because a lot of times they are not believed. Like I said, we can take Jane all the way out of the equation if we want to make us feel better about that. But people are not understanding. At 19 years old, your frontal lobe is still not, I don't think, that's just my thought. It's still not fully developed. You're not equipped to be, the music industry eats people up that are way, ahead in age. Cassie was 19 years old. There was a lot of coercion that went on there, a lot of grooming that went on there. She was 19. To see her sitting in the room with all of those powerful executives the day Diddy sat at the other end of the table and she sat there with her boyfriend, she had no clue what she was in for. But Diddy already knew, sitting at the head of that table, what he had in store for her. You could believe that. And she knew that she was dating Ryan Leslie. She said when she was 21 years old, Diddy came in her bathroom and kissed her. She was confused. She ran. She didn't want to be with him like that. All of her friends have said that. Every last one of her friends have said she did not want to be with him in that way. But he is very cringe and he forces himself on people. But you know what? They're like, oh, the money, to this, to that. No, that was her boss. She owed him 9 more albums that he never meant to release. So that's that on that. All right, so let's go. Let's see if the judge said what the judge said about this bail situation. Let's go. Let's bring it on. So the judge says no bail. Ciao. The judge says no bail because jury convicted Combs of counts 3 and 5 for the following reasons. Woo! Streets are a little safer, but you got his minions. You got the little minions. Diddy 1, Diddy 2, and Al B. Shore 3. He's the third one. That's little Al B. Shore Jr. Little Quincy. You know what? Quincy Jones is Quincy's godfather. Okay, let's go to this, guys. Why you running around here with the blonde hair and the earrings and the pocketbooks? Boy, if you don't put them pocketbooks down. I don't know who's worse, him or Lil Uzi Vert. He come tiptoeing down with his Birkin, Lil Uzi. Child, put them pocketbooks down. man bags that really like some you can throw over that doesn't look like a pocket. I like when, if a guy wears like a bigger like look the laptop bag, but they make them where they can be stylish to carry stuff. You carry in a purse in and out of court every goddamn going day. What you got today, Chanel? I'm just not into that. But there are rumors, and it's just speculation because nobody really knows. But it looks like Diddy has been punched in the gut. Here, the judge said, here's the reason why he's not getting no bail. So Combs will remain in federal detention until his sentencing. According to Judge Subramanian, bail was denied before trial and won't be reconsidered as the burden to prove the defendant is not a danger was not met. This is in relation to his violence towards Cassie. The judge said, F Jane. They said because of Jane. The judge said, that lets you know, listen, I'm right on par with, she can get up here and cry all the crocodile tears that she likes, but you put yourself in that position, right? Diddy was messing with her best friend, right? She was along, and this is according to Jane. So she was along for the, she brought her and some of her girlfriends out, to be, mingle with Diddy and them. So Diddy started flirting with her. At the time, she said, oh, no, I can't do this. My girl messes with him. I'm not going to do it. Then her girlfriend gets engaged, gets married, and moves out of the country. She says, now I think I can do Sean. So, did you contact him? Because was that your first thought? Because this is according to Jane's testimony. So was it your first thought soon as she left? Oh, I could do Sean. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Now you're LSW. And D-Ray said it, not me. Child, D-Ray said she got the bumps. Bumps. She got an extensive list of celebrities and an older gentleman that was the Nard guy. Nard, Nard, he was like 80, 90 something years old. She used to date the Nard man. Jason Derulo. God damn it, 50 Cent. Child. And this is all before Diddy. So they never said that Cassie was at nobody else's freak off. But not only is you at another freak off, and granted you didn't do anything, but you flashed the whole party. My mind was blown. Like, did they just say she flashed him? She said, yeah, I flashed him. Get out of here. Get her out of here. And then we got the victim, Gina, that just popped out. I'm going to pop out today. I'm going to pop out at Whole Foods with nothing in my hands, though. You sure you didn't go there to purposely meet with TMZ? Things that make you go, But we watched the interview, we listened to the interview that she did with Tasha K. But wait a minute, did I tell y'all? Oh, wait, before we get over here, I gotta tell y'all about this. So Gina contacted Tasha K to tell Tasha K she wanted to do another interview with Tasha K. Tasha K said, but she needed to be paid. Tasha K said, she said, what? You need to be paid. Girl, I'm not paying you. You want to do another interview? Like, you reached out to me. You want to do another interview? We could do another interview, but I'm not paying you. She gonna say, well, no, I need to be paid. Tasha K was like, no, I'm not paying you. So Tasha said the light bulb went off in her head, and she believed that Gina was told to reach out to her and ask her for payment for another interview
So then she can go out there and say, yeah, I did the interview with her, but she paid me to say the things that I said in the interview. You know daggone well Tasha ain't tell you. She was asking you questions. And I think that Tasha did a very good job with her and handled her with kid mittens. Like, with she really was. Missy Boo said, what? Into the street, what? When I saw it yesterday, I was like, wait a minute, hold on. What? So yeah, I think that Tasha K really handled her with kid gloves on. She was really caring, and things about, of that nature. And even telling her, you don't really have to go through this. Even telling her that I can hook you up with some people that you can go and have therapy. I can hook you up with some therapists so you can get some therapy. Oh, because she wanted to move on, but we already knew that she already had said way before the interview was over, she did this interview because she was being spiteful because he had cut her off. Now they know how that go. He running this. I cut you off. Don't look at me. Don't contact me until I contact you. And you better be ready for the freak. Oh wait, she never said she didn't know freak calls. But yeah, I could not believe that. Yes, she reached out to Tasha K to tell Tasha K she wanted an interview, do another interview, but she insisted on Tasha K paying her. Y'all know Tasha K been in these streets a lot. Now I don't follow her like that. I don't agree with everything that she say. Well, I am gonna give her props. She be doing the darn thing, and sometimes she puts stuff out here way before we get it. She got somebody working out with her. Listen, Tasha K is over there. She's a whole little TMZ herself. She be getting her stuff before it come out. She is the one that said way back that Remy and Papoose wasn't together, and that Remy was messing with Easy the Block Captain. So I bet Jane's scrambling to come up with money because Diddy finna cut that money, girl. No, Diddy finna pick up right where he left off, girl. He gonna pick up right. She gonna have to get. She gonna get that work. She gonna get that work. So she can be smart about it. I know her child's father is working on getting full custody of his child. I don't know how, if he's going to be able to do it, but every time he starts to try and do it, she starts to come up with this thing saying that he raped her. Like, it's just very off-putting. Could be, I know people everybody's aware of it. I guess they couldn't stop everybody from talking about her saying her girl name. I'm still not going to say it over here, but, everybody knows who she is basically. So that's why she ain't post nothing on, she got a 1 point something million followers over on Instagram. She ain't posted nothing since before she went on trial. She ain't posted nothing afterwards. So she posted a little bit. I think last time she posted was like May 24th or something like that. I have to go over there and look and see if she posted anything. I know show Tasha K run. That's right. Tasha K getting that coin. Tasha K getting that coin from Ray J. It is what he's using her, just like, she using him. Well, she's getting paid to advertise them. I bet you she does advertisements here on YouTube. She has 1 point something million followers. She also has her network, TashaK.com Live. And I'm pretty sure that she is promoting him over there too. So she has like her following, like, look, if she got some heat coming out, look, I'll pay for a month, shut it off, go watch what I want to watch. But some people do, they have those watch parties. So, but she getting her coin from Ray J. Ray J using her, he's paying for that. He's paying for that sponsorship, honey. Shoot. Yeah, I said, when the day it become an item. Not like that, y'all, but you know what I'm saying. So let's look. He said towards Cassie. This is what got me to go on that whole sidebar rant. Cassie, he said F Jane. As far as I'm concerned, Jane signed up for this shit. He can't say that out loud, but me and Sub remain. I know what you're thinking, Sub. I know what you're thinking. So it says there is also the matter at the London hotel. Violence occurred even after the searches in this case. She paying Cardi B back. Why do you think? Oh, you think that the money? Are you saying that she's paying Cardi B? You know what, Tasha K? Cardi felt bad for Tasha because Tasha was a mother, and she was willing to, but Tasha played in her face. Cardi was going to throw the case out, right? But Tasha didn't learn her lesson. And then Tasha went and said something afterwards, after you cried, like, this is a lot of money. Cardi B did take into consideration. She said, I don't like to, be doing this. But Cardi took a stance, and I definitely agree with her on that. You can't just be out here talking about somebody has an STD, and then they take the test and show the proof that they don't, which she really didn't have to do. But then you involve the baby before the baby was born. Oh, she's going to have a C-section because she got this disease and she can't have a baby. It was just disgusting. It was a disgusting conversation, about her. And the girl where she was getting some of this information from, she also sued that girl. That girl left the country. I just want to let y'all know. She was supposed to be in court too. She's like, why she suing me? I don't have no money. She just sued Tasha K. No, well, you brought the BS to Tasha K. And knowing you and that girl was not friends like that. So she fled the country though. I don't know if she fled to Africa. I know she used to, go off the grid a lot. But she was kind of loony. I did look and see some old video of her at when she was a scripper. That's the girl. I forgot what her name is. And yeah, it was like giving like loose cannon. So yeah, a lot. All right, so let's go. The judge says here, so there is a matter, also the matter at the London hotel. Violence occurred even after the searches in this case regarding, okay, here you go, Jane. Okay, he got Jane right here. He got Jane right here. He said, so, regarding Jane, there was an incident in June of 2024 after Combs' residence was searched. It demonstrates a disregard for the law and a continued propensity for violence. Y'all, that's not good for the diddler. That is not good for Diddy. Let me tell you why. He was found guilty of two counts of prostitution. And so the way this judge is talking, he could be sentenced from anywhere from 1 to 10 years on both. Right? The judge can either run his sentences concurrent, meaning that they overlap each other, or he can stack the sentence and run them consecutive. Meaning that if I give him 10 years over here, he needs to serve that 10 years for Cassie. And if I give him the 10 years for Jane, he needs to serve that 10-year sentence after serving the 10-year sentence for Cassie. So it's 1 to 10 years each count. Now, if he runs them concurrent, then it would be like, okay, 1 to 10 years. I'm going to, like he could say, I'm going to sentence him to 5 years for 10 years for Cassie, 10 years for Jane to run concurrent. That means that it's just 10 years. But if he does it consecutively, that means that he gets 10 years because he's facing up to 20 years. That's where they get to 20 years from. Is if he's running, if he sentences him to 10 years for Cassie, sentences him to 10 years for Jane, and the sentences are ran consecutively, he's being sentenced to 20 years. If he says 10 years, then he's going to be able to run those sentences concurrent, then that means that he's just going to be doing the 10 years. Child, that's how that works. Let me tell y'all. Y'all know if I don't know nothing else. It is always, my love for true crime, law enforcement at one time, but I'm not somebody that, I'm going to be working in the law enforcement field and just take advantage of people because I have a badge. So That's a lot. Things come up a lot. I was a correction officer for 7.5 years, very young, still had a lot of sense about me. I wasn't there to make anybody feel less than. I wasn't there to look down on anybody because of, some crimes that they committed. They're here to, to serve their time. So I didn't look down on people. I'm what you call fair, firm, and consistent. And what I do for one, I was going to do for all. I'm not doing anything outside of the handbook. Don't ask me for nothing. Don't ask me for a straw. Don't ask me for none of that. I'm not. Now I could give you an extra tray. That's on the government. We got extra trays. Sure, I'm going to feed my pregnant women first. Y'all, let's just say inmate Jones is pregnant. Jones, you want another tray? We got extra. Yep, that's going to go to Jones. I got another tray. Oh, you want an extra tray? All right. Then after we feed the pregnant people, we can go on ahead and just give those trays out to, somebody that may have done something in the pod or, did something extra or something. Then, I would keep, names down, like if it's extra trays, after we make sure that the pregnant women don't want them. That's because that's how I rolled. We can give them to somebody else. But as far as me bringing something in, oh, hell no. Child, no, and no. So, yeah. So there was a lot of, the inmates would come, they would talk to you like, oh, I just got charged with this. They're saying that, I can be, they give them their charges came from court. So they gave me this and they said that I could be facing this. And if ran concurrent and consecutive, what does it mean? So let's look at it. Consecutive means that it's going to be standalone. Concurrent means it's going to run all your charges together. That's as far as I can tell you. You need to go ahead and contact your lawyer. Tell them you need to get them in here for consultation. I cannot give you any other legal advice. I can just tell you what consecutive and concurrent means. That's it. But anything else regarding your charges, we don't have anything to do with that. You would need to speak with your attorney or take advantage of the law library. Okay? I can't tell you nothing else past that. That's all I can give you. I can tell you what that means. The definitions. That's it. Can't help you with your legal stuff. Sorry. You be over there. Oh, she said. No, I ain't said nothing. So, yeah. Here we go. So it says, this is not good for him. This is not a good sign for him. And everybody was like, oh, Judge Sovereignian is going to give him a bail. Judge Sovereignian, he's very fair and all that. He's fair. He still has in the back of his mind because he knows. I don't care what nobody says. This is all Submarinians, Judge Submarinians playing field right about now. The only way he's going to be leaving up out of there is if he gets a pardon. Do I think that Trump will pardon him? Absolutely. I'm just not going to think that he's not. Because they got the same, child, I don't do politics over here, so I'm not even going to talk about that, but they kind of like, yeah. Okay, so let's go. Let's go. So it says the judge said no position has been taken yet on sentencing, but the burden is on Combs, which wasn't met. I don't doubt the way he's saying his statement. You think he get time served? I don't think so. I don't think he is. Only because the way he is saying, and the reason why he's saying, he's bringing it out. Because you know what? This judge he has the same evidence that the jury had, right? And we know clearly that bribery was proved. He was found not guilty. Clearly. Even if you did want to charge him with the ex-trafficking because you couldn't in your mind, and the distribution charge, it was clear. So people need to know, you do not have to be running a full-fledged drug ring to be charged with distribution. That's like the little, not the big drug dealers, but the little drug dealers that used to be on the corner. They don't have much. They just trying to get some extra money in their pocket. If they get stopped and frisked for whatever reason, because they're in this area and maybe the cops stood back and watched them make a sale, they're going to get arrested for drug distribution. But thankfully, in this case, now being that everybody is locked in and everybody's arguing about what drug distribution is and what it's not, at least you should clearly know now that you having drugs and giving it to your friend, even if they ask you for it, is distribution. I said, this girl was on YouTube under Interstate Interpress on the Interpress's feed. She's like, distribution, that's not guilty because he wasn't selling. So the people were like, they already explained what distribution is. So she's put up a definition, child. Sometimes common sense is just not common. She puts up the definition and it says to sell, share, or give someone drugs. A sale is not required. So she said, you see, it says to sell. And so the person that was going back and forth for her, so they said, you're going to just skip over the share or give part. She was like, F y'all, are you an attorney? I was like, girl, they asked you a question. You the one came in here swinging. I was like, did she ask you a question? It's legit. You don't want to put the sentence, the definition up here. She just read the definition that said that you didn't see sell, comma, share, comma, or give to another person. You didn't see that. Common sense to some people just ain't common. But they telling you and letting you know right now. They telling you and they are letting you know right now what distribution is. So if you all out there in the street all willy-nilly, oh no, this is just recreational. Those drugs are not legal. The only thing that you can get away with is marijuana. And you better know the law according to the state that you're in, because that plays a big part. Some places it's like a catch-22. It's legal, but oh no, but it's not. Well, y'all got to make up your mind. Yeah, these iffy laws or whatever. But distribution is not going to change. That is what the definition is in the law or whatever. But I was like, she went and got the whole definition and still saying, well, he wasn't selling it. What about the rest of the child? People just stupid. Okay. So the judge said, no position has been taken yet on sentencing, but the burden is on Combs, which wasn't met. Guidelines range from 21 to 51 months. He served 10 so far. Oh, he served 10 months so far. Sentencing has been set for Friday, October 3rd, but can be expedited. He's waiting for the attorneys on that. What is this, July? June, July, August, September, October. Look like P. Diddy ain't gonna be home for that 4th of July celebration after all. Child, they had it all lined up. He probably like, Judge, can I give you a stack? Because because he right now he's thinking like, they didn't find me guilty of bribery. I could do it again, dog. I'm going to send a brown paper bag over Judge Submaranium. All right. So, gas in the all what? Echo from the Diddy supporters outside the courthouse after Judge Submaranium ruled that he'll still be kept in custody until sentencing. Tisa, get on the first thing smoking. Well, she has security out there. That's the best thing. But it was really disturbing to see. It was really, really disturbing to see the way they were like trying to come at her. I was so bothered. Normally, sentencing is like, that's the way they normally, well, some courts, it depends. It depends on like what is going on. I know that Judge Submaranian is has another case that's going on currently. He's been handling another case in between this one. And so he probably is going to give his full attention to that one. I'm pretty sure he has other things, but I do know that he has an active case that he's, presiding over right now. So that could be why, it depends. Like it's sentencing is. I know we see a lot of trials where they normally some states they do the hey for always. Thank you so much for coming. I knew you would be here. You thought he was going to be the new R. Kelly? No, I'm telling you, the jury. I believe, like I said, that jury should have been sequestered for one. For two, I think they went for rogue and on the other charges, the distribution. Once you read the definition of what it is, it was there. It was proven. The bribery was there. It was proven. So they only found him guilty of the prostitution. All they needed was one more, and then they would have automatically had to find him guilty under the RICO statute. And I just think they should have been sequestered because, that's all I'm gonna say. So Agnifilo says, if the court is willing, we're prepared to waive the pre-sentencing investigation in order to expedite the sentencing process. So he said we'll hold the hearing on July 8th. He's still ain't gonna be out for the July 4th. So now they're pushing this up to July 8th, people. Your unbiased reporting has been impeccable. Thank you. Oh, so thank you. So July 8th, he is waiving his pre-sentencing, and he is going to be, they're going to have a hearing on July 8th for maybe his sentencing is going to be on July 8th. So he's going to remain incarcerated until then. Listen, the streets wasn't ready for him. If they were, but you know what? So I've seen 3 different polls today, for always 3 different polls where they took a poll like, do you believe that the jury got it right? The large percentage of the poll was no. Did you believe that he was guilty of all? And the majority of the people was saying, yes, he's guilty. He's guilty. I believe there was a lot of older gentlemen on this jury, and you guys know that they believe in a lot of that, pimp activity. So, and then Agnifilo, went in with his nonsense and all of the Cassie liked it. Cassie was gangster. All this nasty stuff. And that's that. So, anyway, enough about Diddy. We are safe until July 8th. I don't know about Tisa. You make sure you got that security. Pack that up and make sure they all the way. But I know Tisa gonna be back July 8th. She's covering this case, and that's just that. Older men do think like Diddy, and there was a woman juror that they said was like just sick her head like like when somebody was testifying. But shout out to the victims, and I'm praying for their continued healing, and I'm praying that they will have some sort of comfort and peace. But Cassie is never she sees these images all the time. She said it. So she sees these images all the time. Nobody deserves to be abused in that way. And to get we got a personal, deep look into the type of abuse that was going on with Cassie. It was disturbing to all of us, but it's something that we definitely needed to see. And even with that video, but the thing is, Gina, in that interview that we listened to yesterday, did you hear her say that he dragged her by her hair? He likes to pull women by the hair and drag them. They said when he was going to Howard, he had a girlfriend. Same thing there. He used to abuse her, pull her by her hair, and drag her. You know what it reminds me of? Remember, like Tarzan and Jane days where they used to grab the woman by the hair and drag them? There was Deny. She said, I'm trying to look up the page Tish was on when she first exited the building. She was yelling and cursing at people and asking, are they done for cheering for this stuff? I was like, please, people, calm down. Are you talking about Tisa Tells? Are you talking about Tisa? Because she's Tisa Tells. You talking about Tisa that's been all over the news and everywhere doing her commentary. Shout out to her for like, getting her bag and like really getting into her, she did excellent reporting on this. Your supporters support you because that's what they, want to do, right? And like I said, this is a business. It's not like we jump on YouTube and it's just free. It's free to start a channel, but if you want to do things like we do, like it costs. It costs. Like I said, I don't like watermarks, so it costs to have a paid, a paid for. And anyway, also, like for a lot of free accounts, a lot of stuff are, is limited. So you won't be able to stream as much as you like to. If you're somebody that, has a schedule and this is what you are doing on a full-time basis, you don't have that flexibility. You don't have the ability to stream to, more than one platform. I think they do whatever it is that you decide. But yeah, it does cost. It costs to especially when you're upgrading your equipment. I didn't see that either, but I want to see that. But no, but they were, so when she was live on her own channel, if you go to her own channel, you will see them like, oh my God, they was coming where she was. Like it was disturbing to me. And it is what it is. She's probably going to be on ABC. She's going to be on. Nancy Grace has her on all the time. Like she's been on rotation on Nancy Grace. She's been on a lot of different TV stations. I didn't see them all, but I saw a couple of her the days when she was on the ABC News. Because I love that prosecutor that's on there. I forgot her name. I like her because like she gives you a really unbiased, in your face answer when you have questions. She's a former prosecutor. She's on the burden of proof now a lot. It's on the lady that be on the radio. There's a lot of people that have been covering Tisa through this whole trial. Let me tell you what it is. And this is something that I'll never do. It's just me. It's not other people. Because if people just cared that, oh, this was a black man and all they're doing is to the black man and all this other stuff, that's what you would just say. But a lot of people were attacking her about the donations and support that she got while covering this case. You cannot tell people when and how to donate. Like I said, this is a business. They have to pay to stay in the hotel, and her supporters was funding her for that. And while they were yelling at her, are you going to give your supporters? Are you going to give the money back? Because you lied. She didn't lie. She didn't bring the charges. This is why I don't understand. You have a bunch of people that are that are biased. She stands with the victims. She predicted stuff just like every other channel. But they were so busy worried about the donations that she was getting. They were bothered by the donations that she was getting because their channel is not getting donations like that. This is how I look at life. When it is your time, it is your time. When it's your time, it's your time. And nobody can take that away from you. And like I said, what is the difference in her getting support on her channel and somebody like, oh, I forgot his name. What is his name? Mr. Big. What is his name, y'all? Mr. Bean? The guy that he, I don't know, them followers be. Look at the girl over there, Rotten Mango. She gets millions of views on her channel. She covered this. Millions and millions of views. Tisa's not getting millions of views, but she got a lot of support. That's because her supporters support her. And that's the thing is, maybe you're not getting no support because you're so busy worried about the support. The supporters are not going to stop supporting her. They're not. You cannot tell people what to do with their money. They depended on Tisa to bring them the case. What's going on in this case? We can't see it. So they come and they're ready. She has people all over and they donate to her. Like I said, when is your time? It is just your time. But a lot of those content creators that are out there going off on Tisa and stuff, they're live all day and they rarely get any. They rarely get any donations or any support. So do you think that out there screaming and hollering and saying that Tisa's a liar or, just attacking her, that one content creator was going to attack her? And the people were behind the camera, like her supporters were sending super chats like, Tisa, like, leave. And she's like, no, I have security. And so then Lovely T came to her channel and she's like, oh my gosh, like I had to get away from the madness. And she was like, and so she was talking to her and she was like, no, when she walked up, she said, no, I got security. And then Lovely T was like, yeah, she has somebody behind her and right here. And she said she has other security out there that the people don't know about. Like, so they just, standing around. Listen, when it comes to this Diddy trial, Tisa is the celebrity in this trial. She did her thing. Armand Wiggins did his thing. Also, he's another one that's been on these different shows. They like their commentary. They like the way they sum things up. They like the way they were reporting. So the whole thing is that, like, listen, it is what it is. It's her time. She can go anywhere with how she just covered this. And a lot of people have been like, that's just not in me. I'm somebody that I support, like, women in whatever they do. But you don't find a lot of people like that. And so people are so quick to like tear down instead of building up. And it's sick to me. I don't like it. And so I won't be a part of that. Now, if you piss me off, I may say a thing or two, but I just like to keep it respectful over here. Everybody's opinions are welcome as long as it is shared respectfully and you have respect for the rest of the people in the chat. We can all agree to disagree. You don't have to necessarily believe in everything that I'm saying. This is my platform, so you don't have to. And as long as you do it respectfully, we won't have an issue. But don't come over here being disrespectful and nobody, I don't care what y'all think, go come over here talking about Christian, because that might get you blocked. I said what I said. I said what I said. Listen. When God got the favor on your life, that's just what it is. And when you fighting an army of people, I don't even know how Krishan is still standing. I don't know how she's still standing. Well, I do know, but I'm just saying. I would have been blacked out on somebody a long time ago. Like, what? This baby been on trial since he came out the womb. But nobody wants to talk about how. And when she mentioned it last week, this is a story that she should have been telling. Because I remember it. And I know that Hennessy still has that footage. When she told us that Blue beat her in her stomach when she was pregnant with that baby, was trying to make her have a termination. Oh yeah, she didn't just say that. She said it one time and never said anything else again. She said it. And while she was pregnant, she left him and she started renting an Airbnb. She was in the bathroom. The floor was like a beige marble. It was a standalone shower, all glass, and she had like a sauna-like tub in there. It was like just all white and stuff like that. She said, I don't know if I want to say this, but I'm going to tell it. She was scared for her life. And that man beat her in her stomach. Told her, don't move, because if you move the wrong way, I don't know what's going to happen to you, but you're going to be bleeding a lot. Tell that story. She should have been telling that story. She should have kept telling that story so that his mama know. Well, her trifling, if anything is wrong with her baby, your son had a hand in it. And that's on that. And that's why I'm going to drop that. Because, yeah. Yes, I'm just a baby. It's just crazy. It is just really, really crazy how y'all have been bullying this girl and this baby. A defenseless baby. And like I said, a lot of women like to get on here and pass judgment and be on here and somebody waiting behind them. So they type enter. Boom. Come on here and tell your own shit. That's all I'm saying. I have to step away from that because I really am a woman supporter. And I support women wholeheartedly. And I just think that it's just so sickening to me how people Photoshop that baby. Everything. And I'm like, was people not in the hospital when she asked those people in the hospital, is something wrong with my child? And they said, no, if it was, we would have told you. On live, she did that. I know Nessa C in here, she know. And the reason why she didn't, her son had a hernia when he was born, for Pete's sake. The reason why they scheduled to he had the surgery. But they wanted to wait till he got a little older, not older, but she had it. So he wasn't even circumcised because she didn't want them to cut her baby twice. And the doctor said it made more sense that they do it all at the same time. But we got to remember that his daddy put those nasty images up here. I never saw it, don't want to see it. I don't want to see those images. And she protected him because CPS wanted to arrest him. She protected him. Girl, you should have just let it happen. He don't mean you well. He can't mean anybody well. Look at who his mother is. She think that it's okay as long as you are under 12 or under for you to be hunching cousins. Who's promoting pedophilia? Who's doing that? This is all stuff that come out of her mouth. So if somebody's saying it and speaking on it, you said it. It's wrong. It's sick. It's sick. So anyway, y'all, on a lighter note, that's why I don't really talk about Krishan over here. Because on a lighter note, I am starting a new channel. If you all can go subscribe to it. And so I'm learning how to use some new tools. So I do have a video that I do want to play, and I do want you to give me your opinion on it. Yes. So it's called Survivor Speaks 2.0. It's the channel. Ali might have stepped out. I think I think I have it. So right now, if you go over there, you may get and this is also for the mods if you want to copy the link. So that's what it is. So right now, I'm unsure about what I want to do with it yet. I mean, I have the ideas, but we're still working on it. I have a video. And listen, y'all, let me turn this on off. I gotta turn this one on. So tell me what you think in the comments. So one video, that's 1 minute, 5 seconds. Like I said, I'm still learning these too. So this is my first video that I have done. So here we go.
Late nights, truth speaks, we ain't holding back. Real talk, real hearts, yeah, we stay on track. Stories that heal, yeah, we dive in deep. This is the space where the survivors speak. Ooh, turn it up, feel the glow. Survivor speaks, now you know. From pain to power, we grew, let the voices flow. Ooh, turn it up, feel the glow. Survivor speaks, now you know. From pain to power, we grew, let the voices flow. Would you like this turned into an actual? Would you like this turned into actual? Would you like this turned into
I'm always doing something. I'm always messing with something. I'm always messing with something. I thought it was so cute because I was like, okay. Oh, thank you. Listen, I'm getting ready to run the song on through because the song is, I gotta be smart about stuff. People be trying to steal stuff and stuff like that. We're not gonna be doing it. So the song is actually longer than that, but I just made the 1 minute 5 second video for the sake of child. I was sitting there kind of confused at it. And so yeah, it is I don't know if I'm going to change the video or not, but it's probably what I'm going to be using for what we're doing over there. Probably put it over there on Survivor 2.0 as a Survivor Speaks 2.0 as a trailer, or I'm not sure if I want to use that as the intro, but I thought it was really, really cute. I did everything in the video. Listen, the song, everything. Listen, yeah. And so I thought it was so cute. And it's just amazing what you could do with the new AI tools that they got out here, child. It is just amazing because I was like, can I get this right? Like, listen, hold on a minute. Can I get this right? All right, so I need her to pick that wine glass up and do a little drinking situation and sit it down. But she was doing it, putting it down some other way. I had to figure out how to get her to put it down on the right side. Like, yeah. And did y'all peep? Because I'm singing it. That's my little, but I'm singing in it. That's not me singing, but I'm my mouth. I'm gonna play it one more time. Pay attention to the mouth. Just pay attention to the mouth. Let's run this one more time.
Late nights, truth speaks, we ain't holding back. Real talk, real hearts, yeah, we stay on track. Stories that heal, yeah, we dive in deep. This is the space where the survivors speak. Ooh, turn it up, feel the glow. Survivor speaks, now you know. From pain to power, we grew, let the voices flow. Ooh, turn it up, feel the glow. Survivor speaks, now you know. From pain to power, we grew, let the voices flow. Would you like this turn into an actual? Would you like this turned into actual? Would you like this turned into an actual?
I just love it. Like I say, it's my first little project. I think it came out cute. So yeah, just working with new tools or whatever. So yeah, I'm going to be over. I think I have an idea. I want to do a podcast type situation because I did have a podcast linked to this channel, but I really wasn't doing it. But was that Vivarito? Check. AOB, don't play with me. Vivarito. Child. Don't, AOB, don't do that. No, that wasn't Vivarito. You stupid. Hell no, that wasn't no Vivarito. Listen. So yeah, that's what it's gonna be over there. But so it's gonna be just all graphics like that. So I'm thinking podcast, but I'm just still pondering on what it is that I want to do. Missy, don't laugh at him. So I'm just still, who did you hug? It wasn't Vivarito. Don't you worry about that. Question mark. AOBD. It's like, I don't trust nothing. I feel like I can't trust the government in my business. Child, they in your business anyway. So the AI, I don't really think it has anything to do with they'll be in your business any daggone way, child. I don't think it has anything to do with them per se. AOB, I'm not playing with you because that is some funny AI. I'm like, wait a minute, Vivarito, child, Vivarito. Did you see a botch? Did you see? Did that the lady? I can't even get it out. Did that lady have a botched BBL? Did she? No. It's that Viverito. I cannot. Yeah, I was training for the gang. She was training me for the gang, stuff. Yeah, that was Viverito. Heck no. Viverito, did you get that watch back? Where is the Richard Mille? Where is the watch? So, like, where are the reports? So that's probably what it would be on that channel. If you all can go over there and just hit subscribe. Don't pay attention to what's there now because I have to change the description and everything. I just have not. Just was working with that video, seeing which song and flow that I wanted to go with. But I'm glad I picked that one because I had like 4 different versions of it. I really liked this one. She traded that watch for, that's what I said, Missy Boo. She traded the watch for the BBL. Child, you was photographed last with the watch. Stop. So anyway, y'all, July 8th is, just to give you some updates. So I am going to be doing another live stream. I don't know if it's going to be today or tomorrow, but I really have to look into it. So there has been an update to the Naziah Harris case because we're going to bring it right back to, what we're really, really waiting for. So the Naziah Harris case, there was an update to the Naziah Harris case. So Jarvis Butts remember, he was supposed to go for his final hearing on it was June, and they pushed it up. So I understand. Thank you so much for always. So I do understand that he did go to court, and some more charges have been added. Listen, this man, I believe that he traveled, and I believe that he has victims in more than where they lived. He has victims. It's very disturbing, the stuff that's come out about Jarvis. It's disturbing, it's nasty, it's evil. Like I said, I still have the petition on my community wall to sign for them to lock Annette and Shannon Harris down below to the jail. They need to go. They need to go. Go to jail. Jarvis, there's a very disturbing some very disturbing information that came out about Jarvis. He was SA'd as a child, and the woman that SA'd him, he had a baby with her. All I'm going to say is that the baby that he had with this woman, he was SA'ing her, the child, and the child was pregnant twice. And they said Jarvis used to come and pick her up, and it was very disturbing. It was so disturbing. Like, and one of her friends did an interview. She has been looking for her, but she said she was her friend. She didn't really have too many friends. She was very closed off. The girl was in tears. She was like, because she knows. She shared some things with her, but she really wouldn't share, get into, what was going on with her. But she said she knew that she was pregnant twice, and that she knew that Jarvis, was the father. That's his daughter. That's not even Shannon's oldest daughter, Janiah, that he was SAing. When I say SAing, you are having a full-fledged relations with your daughter, his oldest daughter, by Shannon Harris. So you cannot tell me, because Shannon Harris, when you met the man, he told you that he was a PDF. He told you before he started dealing with you that he was a registered PDF. And you continued, and you said that it was all right, because if the courts gave him another chance, why shouldn't you? You went on to have these children. And this what bothers me so bad about Shannon Harris. You were sending those girls up to that shop to work for him. Shannon, there was no way you didn't know. There was no way you didn't know. No way she didn't know. And especially when they made her read the text message on the stand, from the stand, where she was acting like this number wasn't hers. That's why they should have locked her ass up after she testified at the preliminary hearing. So they made her read a text message because she said, "Oh no, that wasn't mine. That wasn't me." So she texts Jarvis, "Do you need Naziah for anything?" Why would you be texting him to ask that man, does he need Naziah for anything? Because you already testified and downplayed the fact that, oh, Naziah never went around him by herself. Only if I was around. If he pull up and want to see the kids, his kids would go out there, but she would only go out there if I was out there. And the mama got on the stand and said, "Oh no, he wasn't allowed in my house. Oh no, he wasn't allowed in my house. He'll pull up outside if kids go out there and see him." Only for us to see a freaking video of a birthday party. I got the videos on my channel. Only for somebody got a hold to all the old videos and was just started dropping stuff like, "Oh, she said that, bam." Only for them to pull up the video where they was having a birthday party. And then Shannon looks up and says, "Jarvista." And so her mother starts moving the kids over, come over this way, because she's trying to get to Jarvis. So she said, "Oh, so this is what we doing now? You just popping in and out? You don't coming around or nothing?" And she said, "You supposed to be family. I thought this mofo wasn't invited in your house. Not when we got proof that he's not only has he been in your house, he was in your basement. He was still in Naziah Harris's underwear. How he in your house still in that young girl's panties? What are we doing here?" And people don't understand why people are outraged about this case. It goes way, way deeper than this. Their whole family is a family that comes from that type of behavior. Why was this child in Annette Harris's care? Why? I'm sorry, I had to change the daggone battery and I done dropped the other one, hopefully. Why was she still in her care? She had open CPS. Well, I guess, I don't even know why any of those kids were in her care. She had CPS cases. She was never supposed to have children in her care. And so not only did you have children in your care, you downplayed what they were going through. You knew. And thank God for the other twin, Marquita. Not thank God for Marquita. I'm not saying that. That's just, she's Shannon's twin. Her daughter is the 9-year-old girl that testified on the stand. Thank God for her father, because her father taught her that that's wrong. If anybody tries it, that no. So Jarvis Butts brought this girl up there with Naziah and Janiyah, his daughter, and was going to groom her. He had relations with Janiyah and Naziah. I guess just to show the girl it's supposed to be all right. He got crayons and shit up there at the shop. So he goes back again, brings the girl up there again, but this time he tries her. And she's like, no. 9 years old. You see the difference? What Naziah did tell someone that he was essaying her, and it hurt. And they told CPS. They wrote a report. CPS left it up to Jarvis about whether they should put a plan in, a safety plan for the kids. I said, CPS did what? Listen, this is not something that is hearsay or I'm just getting from somewhere. I did a video on that too. Because the news station pulled the records. They got the records. And that's what it says in the records. When do we start giving the PDF the option of whether or not CPS is going to protect these kids? Y'all got to make it make sense for me. I'm just not seeing it. And so I feel like Naziah felt, I told somebody, this man hurt me. They reached out to the authorities. You never spoke to Naziah. Come on, because y'all didn't have her last name. What? So Naziah is a child. Oh, I told somebody, they did an investigation. Oh, nothing's happening. It's left up to Jarvis. Okay, so I guess this is the right thing to do. If you don't teach children any better, they don't know any better. So, this whole case is just crazy. He has more victims from what I understand, but exactly. But what for always said, either CPS doesn't do anything or they do too much. I had custody of one of my nieces, and I went through CPS because she ran away. And she ran away. And I see my niece. I was like, is that my niece? Filthy. Staying with some girl and her mother. She ran away. So my niece, if you don't get in this goddamn car. Get in here. So I wanted CPS involved because this needs to be put on record. Right? And because I want to know, like, I live in a totally, a different city than she lives in. And at the time when she ran away, she needed to be in a school because like she just wanted to do what she wanted to do. And so that's, one of the reasons why she ran away. She ran away, staying with somebody. They ain't had no running water. Girl, why are you living like that? You don't have to live like that. You can actually go home. You really can. You can. And so anyway, I got CPS involved because I made her come with me. She was 15. She's not of age, right? CPS comes to my house and was like, oh, this is nice. And they closed the case. Never said nothing to me again. Like, nah, I was calling them like, hello. Oh, you don't have, your case is closed. What? My case is closed. Okay, so y'all, no, we were pleased when we came to your house. Like, yeah. Okay, well, nobody was going to tell me. But before y'all close, I do need to make y'all aware. Like, y'all need to, she needs transportation to and from school because she goes to a special school. So she's not going to go to a school where I live at. You have to live in a certain jurisdiction in order to go to a school in that area. So she wasn't going to go to school where I was because she needed to go to a school, to work with them because she needed therapy and all types of stuff. You think that running away at 15 years old, nobody had seen her. We didn't know where she was. And you staying in the house with somebody with no running water, something is going on up there. Like, I need y'all to really, y'all need to unclose this case and set up. She needs to go to school, period. But she needs to go somewhere where they can help her. And so that's what they did. So they had to, put in paperwork for them to send a bus because she went in to school in a total different city, the school that I had enrolled her in. And so they had to do all that. They wasn't just going to do it on the strength of me. Oh, you live in a nice neighborhood. Just no, she needs therapy. Like, yeah, do y'all think that is normal for a child to run away to somewhere where there's no running water, no this, no that, and she doesn't have to? These kids want to be grown. That is what it is. And so she just got mad and she ran away, and she had all these anger issues and stuff like that. So she needs therapy. So y'all need to set this up. Then you can reclose the case as long as she's in school. Okay. That's what we need to do. Y'all not going to just, no, listen, y'all not going to just do that. She needs to continue to go to school and get her education. She's smart as hell. That wasn't a problem, but I'm just saying how they came one time. Oh, where's she staying? Oh, it's fully furnished. You don't need no furniture or nothing. Duh. No, I don't. That's not the point, dummies. The point, I called y'all because, if she runs away again from my home, I want her picked up. So yeah, they came, saw where I live. So I had to call them. They said, "Oh, the case is closed." Based on the way my house looked, it was just crazy. I'm just saying they don't do their job, and then you see them taking babies away from parents. Like, there was a couple stories where they went in the hospital and was trying to take children away from the parents, and it was just like, what are you doing? With no like, the parents were like, well, why are you taking the baby though? I couldn't believe that I did see that, but it happens. But when they are supposed to do a job, they don't. Hence the reason why Naziah Harris is no longer around. And Ray Charles from heaven could see that girl was pregnant. That girl, she had to be about 5 or 6 months. In that TikTok video, you can tell that she was pregnant. That's the reason most kids run away, because they don't want to be told what to do. Get out there and see it's not what they thought it would be. Yeah, walking all on the back of your sneakers with a headscarf on your head. Oh, my mother would never. My mother, listen, you will never catch me outside in a headscarf or house shoes. No, never. Bonnet, no. Put on a baseball cap or something. Put on a hat. My mother don't wear no house shoes out here out my house. First of all, it's trifling. And then you gonna go out there and wear them house shoes out there and track it up all through my house? Oh, hell no. My mother, don't go out there with no goddamn on headscarf on your head either. If it thinks that bad, put on a hat. That was my mother. That's the guy she was. And to this day, the whole bonnet fate drives me crazy, because that's how I was raised. And so, yeah. I tell my daughter, you don't wear no house shoes out there and come in here. Like, what? It's so many germs out there to be tracked inside. You can't wear no. Now they got Uggs and all that stuff that make you feel like you got on house shoes. There you go. Shoes for the outside. Crocs. Yeah, listen, Crocs, they're comfortable. So do that. But all the other stuff, we're not doing. But anyway, so I'm probably going to go live. I just want to go over that paperwork with Naziah. Over the paperwork, I have to pull it to go over like the new charges that Jarvis has. And I want to see how many new victims that have been added to the case. So, it was said that Jarvis was, he was kind of going on a tour with it. It is crazy. He was going on a tour with it. Oh yeah, my mother wasn't. My mother would be like, yeah, the eating thing. My mother, yeah, my mother was the same. Listen, it was so many things that we couldn't do that I appreciate her for now. At the time you may be thinking like, what is the problem? Like, what is wrong with that? Like, what? Like, because you see other people doing it, and your mother be like, no, see, no, see what you're not going to do, and that is what it is. Wait a minute, you're not your grandmother says slippers outside is for. See, my mother ain't go that far. My mother ain't go that far, but She just was like, no, you put on some shoes. You want to go outside? Put on some outside shoes, house shoes. You see, house shoes for the house. Like, don't wear them outside. No, we're just not doing that. My older sister wore a hair rag outside. I was young. I didn't know what was going on. I was, much younger than she was. She put the head scarf on after she left the house, and dummy forgot and came on home. And she didn't understand why my mother was standing there like, she looking around like, what's going on? So my mother was like, so when did you put this headscarf on? She like, oh. Yeah, she got it for that. But yeah, it's just like she forgot. I'm like, is it cool to wear a headscarf outside? Now that I look back on it, I was young. I still remember that though. Is it cool to wear a headscarf outside? Like, she had the nerve to have on, back then she was older. So she had the gang, the B-Luds, they wear, the girls was wearing headscarves like that at the time. As a headscarf. She wasn't part of nobody's, like, I didn't even know about that stuff back then, but that's what she had on her head. My mother was like, oh, wait a minute, hold on. A bandana, yeah. Oh, yeah, the bonnet's outside. It's just way over the top. It is, the bonnet's outside, child. You know what really gets me when I see the girls outside with the bonnets on, their shirt too small, all the belly is hanging out the side and all this other stuff. Now, be who you are. Listen. I'm all as a plus size model. I tell you, anything above a size 8 is a plus size. In the industry, that's what it was. They moved it, and that's good because they moved it from, it used to be to anything over a size 6. And then they moved it to a size 8. So it used to be like, okay, so in the plus size modeling industry, they tell me I'm too small. Like, what is it? Like, I'm curvy on the bottom, but I'm not. Yeah, and they used to be like, you're too small. Like, so y'all have to fight for my, like, listen. So that's what, I had to be out here like, I didn't really want to do this anyway, but since they started casting me and stuff like that, so like, I'm going to roll with it. But maybe I need to just like get out here and step into it. So I had to do my own thing. I had to really like be, well, I wouldn't do it with anybody else anyway, really. But I really had to, carve a lane out for myself. And it's a lane that nobody can ever take from me. That is it, and that's all. Like, listen, I made history. People can't take it from me. So it is what it is, though. So I'm not saying that. But I'm just talking about, you outside with the bonnet on. And you got the stomach hanging out. And all this other stuff. And in the house shoes or the Croc shoes is just way too small. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I don't get it. We were talking about, just a little segue. Like, I'm going to be doing a video going live about Nazai Harris. I have an update for that. But just about, what we weren't allowed to do. I wasn't allowed to wear house shoes outside, hair scarf on my head, none of that stuff. My mother did not play that. So these bonnets is out of control outside. They're out of control. Bonnets for you when you go to bed. But, different strokes for different folks. It's just, that's the way I was brought up. So that's the way I'm doing it. I'm not going to say I do everything that went on when I was growing up, but that I don't beat my children. They picked that up in slavery days. Beat them into submission. A lot of people are like, what? You don't hit that? No, I don't. It's other ways to discipline them. All I got to do is go to my daughter, and she'd be like, oh my God. Like, I'd be like, somebody would think I just knocked you out the second floor window or something. Girl, all I did was just raise my voice 2 octaves, and you over here falling the fuck out. So I just don't believe in it because, they'd be like, we turned out all right. Yeah, but why did they start beating you? Why did they start beating you with whips and whatever they would do? Where did it start at? Where did it originate at, right? It's originated in slavery days to whip you into submission. So I just don't think that is I guess I've been soft parenting all my goddamn life. I mean, that's just, what it is. I just don't believe in it. And so it's different ways to discipline your children. Like, just take, they can't do nothing without electronics. Just take the electronics. That's it. My son, I used to take his stuff. He used to be like, "Oh, I'm having so much fun on this carpet." I used to be like, "Well, okay, go ahead and play with the carpet, but I know that you'd rather be playing with them cars or playing the game. And that's not what you are going to begin. That's not what you're going to be doing today. So you can sit down there and act like you're not bothered and that you're so fascinated by the rug down there. I'm still not giving it back. I never beat my kids. Yeah." That's what it feels like. And what is up with the go get the Switch? Oh, I had a great aunt. Oh my goodness. Go get the Switch. You come in there, you find the smallest Switch you can find. I already had one. It's a lot. And so what are you teaching your children now? My daughter knows how to defend herself. Like, let me tell you something. And I teach my daughter not to bully people. Because people may not have access to everything that you have, or their parents may not be able to afford some of the things that you have. Somebody else may have something. Now when somebody go left, then that's when you gotta say something. Like, so yeah, you gotta defend yourself, and but as long as they don't put their hands on you, you don't really have to put their hands on them. But if they say something back, say something back. But don't you be the initiator. That's all. But anyhow, so we're going to do that. And then, like I said, make sure you go over there and hit the subscribe button over there on Survivor Speaks 2.0. I'm hoping to be getting some things cracking over there very soon. He said, "You did what, Missy Boo? You wore the granny panties on my head going to bed, child." Now they used to do no, you know what is so crazy? That is not something that we don't know about. Like, yeah, you child, I don't see the order. Pajamas outside, pajamas outside, that is another one. Now they made some of the pajamas to look like, and what is so crazy? Like my daughter, they used to have pajama day every month at school. So, they have the cute little pajamas with the matching top. With the matching tops. But they have pajama day at school. And I was like, oh, wow. So, yeah, pajamas, no house shoes. Listen. But, yeah, just to participate in that. But, yeah, the pajamas, they in the pajama bonnet phase outside. We outside in the pajamas, in the bonnets. It's a lot, but what you gonna do? So she said it looks so annoying. Yeah, the pajamas, yeah. So y'all, I'm gonna go live. I don't know if it's gonna be today. I do have something else to work on. I just got an alert. I do have something else that I am going to be working on, but I definitely want to do the update on the Naziah Harris case because he was brought into court on the other day, and there were charges added. So I just need to do a little research just to see what charges were added, and if they updated the victim count on the site. Granny panties, yeah, I know exactly what she's talking about. They used to call them something else too. So I'm going to give you an update about Naziah Harris. And of course, that case is coming up in October, and we have that other case, the Jay Lee case, because I still got to go and see what the defendant's name is again, because I was over him and his legal counsel. I was just over him. But that case, I know is going to be very, very interesting because we was just catching up on it and we was all in it like, oh, what? Yeah. So, and they're both starting in October. That's the crazy thing. But we shall see what about that. But Naziah Harris will definitely be first. And I may have to do, shout out to, hold on a minute. Thank you so much. Shout out to Missy Boo. Let me put you up in the business. Thank you for the and I normally don't look. Where did you send this to? Did you send it? Hold on. Oh, this is cute. What is that? What's this? Oh yeah, here we go. Thank you so much. Shout out to Missy Boo for the gosh, I can't even get it out. The Cash App. I appreciate you so much. Let me get you up here in the banter. And so yeah, we'll be going over that. And then I'm going to be working on the I'm going to be working on the Survivor Speaks 2.0. And then when I'm currently working, it's going to be a surprise. I'm going to keep it as a surprise right now. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. What did I do wrong? I did something wrong. Okay, so yeah, all right, that's what happened. Okay. Oh no, why did it highlight? No, I don't want it over that. Child, y'all can't see what I'm talking about. I've tried to. Is it going to do that again? This thing gets on my nerve. All right, so yeah, we're going to right now I'm working on it. So when I have, okay, there it is. When I have more of the deets, maybe we just come on out with it. But so far I do have a in my mind what I want to do. Why y'all connecting me to my channels? I ain't asked y'all to connect them channels. So yeah, I'll have more of an idea of what we're going to be doing over there. More than likely, it's going to be a podcast style, maybe celebrity news. Maybe I'll do a little true crime because it'll be in the character Survivor Speaks 2.0. And then I may have a special co-host. We're working on that. And so I'm going to get out here, you guys, and I'm going to end the show the way I normally end it, with bringing awareness to the fact that men get breast cancer too. Because of the stigma. So I forgot y'all dropped some, let me see before I forget. I don't forgot. Drop some survivor bucks in the chat for Missy Boo. And so thank you so much. I do appreciate that. So I'm going to, so we're going to continue because of the stigma surrounding the word breast. We have changed the word to peck and or chest cancer over here on the Survivor Speaks show. You say yes to true crime over there. Oh, you know what? So, but probably if I do, it'll probably be a mixture, right? But if I do it over there, like most of the stuff will be uploaded as a video. I appreciate support everyone on these platforms. Y'all, thank you so much, and I totally am very grateful for your support. So for always. So if I do, it probably won't be something like if I'm covering a Naziah Harris case. I'll probably do it over here on this channel, but maybe I'll do like reactions like over there. That might be a good idea too. So maybe I will, because like over there it's going to be like more of a we're gonna be talking out ish over there. So maybe I'll do it like that, and I'll be talking my mess over there. And then I'll just cover cases like over here, like for the trials that I'm covering, I'll cover over here. And so over there it's gonna be a little lighthearted because it's like the characters. So I'm never going to go live over there like this. Never. Because, listen, I used to be an avatar, but I had to bust out and pop out and show them. Because I was, I watch a lot of the mess. Listen, I watch a lot of mess. And so they had me in that for some reason, YouTube wanted to throw me over there. I'm not in the black tea sector. I'm not beefing with nobody. I don't have time. And somebody was playing in my face one day. I had to pop out and show them. Like, I'm not high. Listen, I'm not an ugly woman. Listen, let me show y'all, because a lot of y'all like want to be. I'm just not getting into the back and forth like that. That's not what I started putting content on my platform and it's not productive. It's counterproductive to be doing all that. People striking your videos, people doxing you. People go too far, and I just don't have time for that. Like, you're working backwards, and I don't have time for that. So I wanted to make sure, like, first of all, I'm not high, and I just, prefer to be an avatar at the time, like, especially for, where I was working at before. So I really just didn't want to be out like that, but I had to pop out and show them. You want to talk? Okay, all right, I'm going live. Because listen, ain't nothing. I don't have to blur a background or nothing. Here I am, and let me just stay off live for like 2 weeks or something, so they can. I'm not, and I'm going to just watch true crime all day. Because why y'all got me over here in this sector? I don't do this back and forth with people. I don't. It's not going to make me feel better. I think it's a waste of time. And if you're somebody that's trying to build up a platform where you want to work with brands, doing that, their brands will be like, I don't want my stuff on her channel. So yeah, so that's why hence I came out, and people were like, oh no, we don't go back to the avatar. And I'm like, God dang it. So here I am. And I have fun. I really enjoy, when I come here, and you guys help me so much more than you believe or think, to be honest with you. You really do. I've been very transparent. I'm still going through like a family emergency with my mother. It's just, and so, yeah, it really helps when, I can come here and spend time with y'all and talk junk. And we can go through these true crimes, story, because this is Pup Daddy. This is true crime. Yeah, it ain't. He in jailed. In jailed. Ain't no word jailed. He's in jail, right? It's true crime. It's true crime. So that's what I like. I'm a true crime junkie. It's really bad. So that's why I started putting content up. I'm like, I'm always on YouTube watching something. And I do really want, y'all want to know, I wanted to do a rewind on the Jodi Arias case. Like I told you, I watch that trial once a year. I'll call it what you call it what you want, but child, let me tell you something. Jodi Arias had me in a chokehold for a long time. I couldn't get enough of watching it because I'm like, this girl is crazy. And then afterwards, Juan Martinez, who was the prosecutor, she really got his stuff snatched. He got suspended. He got suspended after the whole Jodi Arias trial because it was a YouTuber. And they were calling her a blogger. It was a YouTuber or something. He was outside taking pictures with this person, and supposedly he was supposed to have had some type of relationship with this person. She's a YouTuber. She doesn't have anything to do with the case. And somehow, like they said, he was inappropriately messing with whoever, and Jodi Arias filed something. I know that he was suspended. Juan Martinez was the man. Juan Martinez wasn't having Jodi Arias, and that's why she had an issue with Juan Martinez. Kirk Nurmi lost his license. He said he didn't give up. Take this stuff. After defending this broad, I can't even do this no more. So yeah, he's like, he told the bar, here, take it. And nobody knew what had happened to Kirk Nurmi during that trial. He was diagnosed with cancer. And you cannot tell him that dealing with Jodi Arias didn't give him cancer. He truly believes that. So for always says, oh yeah, Courtney Clenny, I was going to cover that. I did do I did a video on it when they arrested the mother, but I did a video on it, like you know, to highlight Toby, and that's his name that his family called him by. They called him Toby, so he was affectionately known as Toby to his family. And I did a video on that a long time ago, because when I started the channel, I was going to just do video uploads. So I did a video on that. It's way down in the my content down here. Just because it was crazy to see and hear this female, the way she degraded and talked, down to him, but to see her parents get on TMZ, and the mother said, I think she stayed with him because he was a black man. If the tables were turned and he was doing the abusing or whatever, we wouldn't be here. I said, bitch, what? And then they said something else to her. I did the video so long ago that I really can't even remember. But nobody is talking about, and I did a video on this too, nobody's talking about that when Courtney Clinty, when she was first arrested, she was bailed out at her parents' home. Nobody's talking about she went to walk the dog. She didn't come back. She saw a young man walking. He was 18 years old. And she said, let me walk you home. So she starts trying to kiss the young boy. And the young boy, she was drunk. And the young boy was like, what are you doing? And so he was scared. He was 18, but he started texting his father, and his father, because his father did his interview. His father came and said, he saw his father, he was walking, this girl came up and said that she was going to walk him home. So he just started walking with her, but then she started getting aggressive with him. This is a pattern. And so the father came and she started getting aggressive with the father, saying because she tried to kiss the young boy, and then the young boy was saying no, and she started grabbing on her and stuff. So when the father came, she started getting aggressive with the father. She smacked the father in the face and was telling him, I'll burn your effing house down, and all of this stuff. Like at that point, they did not know that what had happened with her. So her parents came where they were and was apologizing, like, oh my gosh, she was just supposed to be going to walk the dog. She's intoxicated is why she's acting like this. But the man said that the only reason why he didn't call the cops, because he didn't know that she was involved in something like this. But had he known, he would have called the cops. No, you should have called the cops anyway. She threatened to burn your house down. She done slapped you in your face, everything. So that's when they shipped the little bitch off to Hawaii to go into rehab before she got arrested, before they went and arrested her. So yeah, you never saw that? Her parents say that? Yeah. Her parents said, child, you don't have me, you're gonna make me pull it. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Cause I was like, wait a minute, what they say? Child. I said, they can't be, this can't be, this can't be true. You know what? Let me just pull up my own daggone video. Hold on. That's what I could do. I could pull up my video. Let me see something. Yeah. If I go. Yo, I gotta go all. Oh, that's in videos. It's not even over there. Because I did a video on this a while back. And I was just like, wow, like, are they serious? Oh, dang, I didn't know I had so many videos. Okay, this is it. I know I didn't take that down. Why would I have? All right. Let me see if this is it, because I did two I wanted to say. Did I change it for so? Oh yeah, there goes one. Wait a minute, but it was a. I'm trying to see. Did I check? Okay, maybe this is it. I thought I saw it was a different. I thought I don't know. Maybe I didn't. Can I just bring up the? Oh, you know what? Let me just go over here because I can't get it from where I was looking at it. Hold on. I got it, but I'm sorry, I can't even see. All right, so let me go over here to these videos. I'm gonna pull it up really fast. It's all the way down. All right. I don't know. I uploaded the thumbnail. All right, here we go. All right, so yeah, so here is my video. Yeah, so let's look at this real quick because I was like, what? All right, so here it is. So let's look at this really quick. It's my old intro. When I used to be a what do you call that?
Alexa, cut it off. It's got my head spinning.
Hey, Survivor Nation. I'm your girl, Survivor Speaks. Welcome to my channel.
Ciao.
Want to ride with me through these streets so we can catch up on the good things and all
Look
the
at
mess
that.
going on.
That's time when you
It's
look
going
back.
to be a smooth ride, so buckle up, keep it diva, and let's talk our ish. Let's go.
This video is being shown to you under the Fair Use Copyright Disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. This content is strictly for education and entertainment purposes. Now let's get to it. Hey, Survivor Nation. Today we will be discussing Christian Toby Ambuseli and the new developments of his case. I'm doing this video for two reasons. The first is that I want people to remember Christian Toby Ambuseli, the human being whose life matters. Secondly, I want to shed light on domestic violence and how it affects men just as well as women. Men don't often speak up because they don't like to be looked at as if they are weak. But in this story, Christian showed great strength in the lives of a family that did not like him and had disparaging things to say about him in life and after his brutal unaliving by their OnlyFans model daughter. I purposely did not mention her by name yet because
Only
many people refer to Christian as the boyfriend of the OnlyFans model, but he has a name. His name is Christian Toby Abumseli. If Spin the Narrative was a family, it would be the Clintys. I will talk about that later on because there is some new information that unfolded last week about this case. But not too much on that though. This is more about Christian, the man. But we are going to definitely shed light on the OnlyFans girl and her parents because they need to be kept front and center
for what they allegedly attempted to pull off in order to continue to paint the narrative that their daughter is innocent and was defending herself, and Christian was an abuser. That could be further from the truth. Remember his name. Say his name. His name is Christian Toby Ambuseli. Christian was affectionately known to his loved ones as Toby, so for the rest of the video, we'll just refer to him as Toby, since this video is being made for his loved ones and the public that grew to love him after his tragic demise. I will be reading information provided by his loved ones from his obituary so we can hear what his family thought of him. So, Christian Toby Obamseli was born on April 12th of 1994 in Dallas, Texas. From the moment he was born, Toby's radiant personality was on full display. It's easy to love babies, but it seemed that the older Toby grew, the more people loved him. His charismatic smile was able to light up even the darkest of rooms, and his joyful attitude could bring hope to the grimmest of situations. As a child, Toby enjoyed the privileges that came with being the youngest child in a big family. There was always someone there to support, counsel, or get him out of trouble. You could always count on Toby to be where the fun was. This remained true almost all his life. While attending Plano East Senior High School, Toby found the passion for football. His exceptional skills as the middle linebacker position earned him a football scholarship to Abilene Christian University. Toby later transferred to Texas Tech University, where he studied engineering. Even in his short life, it was evident that Toby was a free spirit with larger than life dreams. His inquisitive nature led him to a love for traveling. His fun loving attitude allowed him to be comfortable in almost any atmosphere. Toby was known for his caring and giving nature, which made people want to be around him as often as possible. But sadly, on April 3rd of 2022, Toby's dreams and life was brutally cut short by an entitled OnlyFans model. Do you hear how that sounds when you take someone's name away? This girl was obsessed with herself, possessive, and extremely toxic. This would not be the first time this girl abused Toby. 2 weeks prior to unaliving him, she slashed him in his face 2 times, and he had to seek medical treatment for the wounds he sustained. Thank goodness Toby was smart enough to start secretly recording the unhinged rants and abuse he suffered while living with his unaliver. Those recordings and camera footage uh, obtained by the Miami-Dade State Attorney's Office would prove to be golden and beneficial to this case. What the police thought was self-defense, based on what the unaliver reported, was a big fat lie. So this is Courtney Quinney, who went by the name of Courtney Taylor on Instagram and her OnlyFans. Allegedly, Courtney made $2 million a year from OnlyFans content. She unalived her boyfriend, Christian Museli, on April 3rd of 2022 and claimed it was self-defense. Courtney was released from jail, and 2 weeks after her release, she told her parents that she was going to walk her dog. She saw an 18-year-old young man walking down the street and asked him to walk her home, and he agreed. As they were walking, Courtney allegedly made advances at this young man, and he denied her advances. Courtney then attempted to kiss the young man, and she reeked of alcohol, according to the young man's father. He was so bothered by the exchange that he texted his dad to come and assist him because he did not know what to do. And Courtney's aggression was increasing. She allegedly told the young man if he did not give her a kiss, she was going to burn his house down. The young man's father appeared and stepped in between them, and Courtney allegedly began to assault the young man's father by slapping him in his face. The police were called, and at the time, the neighbor had no idea who she was, but he did recognize that she was intoxicated. And because of this, he decided not to press charges. In a recent interview, he stated had he known who she was, he would have actually pressed charges against her. I don't know why who she is matters. Um, just from the exchange, he should have did what he had to do because it's apparent that this girl has issues with her hands and with being aggressive towards people. So Toby was not the first person to experience this. So then her parents allegedly showed up on the scene, and the mother said that Courtney is drunk. However, she has issues and should not have been drinking due to how the alcohol affects her. In my humble opinion, having her accept any accountability for any of her actions is part of the problem. On the day she unalived Toby, she made 2 calls to her mother before contacting anyone to get help for him as he laid on the floor, you know, um, withering away. I'll put it like that. So, and you can hear him say in that video that he is bleeding out while pleading for help. The call is pretty disturbing. You can find the call on many outlets here on YouTube, or if you go to NBC6 News in South Florida, they have all the details on their website surrounding this case as well. And yeah, so I do believe that this young lady is right where she needs to be. She does not need to be on the street anymore. And it's just my humble opinion that, where she is should be her new home for the rest of her life. But there is a twist in this story that came about last week. Courtney had a scheduled court date. However, when she got to court, she was charged with a different charge. So I'm gonna play a video later on, and then you will hear what happened and why she received a new charge last week.
Hey, Chloe.
Why?
Her boyfriend are now behind bars in Texas. Police say that Courtney Clenny fatally stabbed her boyfriend in 2022 inside their Miami condo.
And now the parents are facing charges in connection to that tragedy. NBC6's Christian Colon joined us live from the courthouse in Miami, where Courtney herself just appeared in court. And Christian, boy, there are so many different parts happening right here in this case.
Yeah, there is. Police now say here in Miami that after the murder, people went into that apartment to take the victim's personal belongings, including his laptop.
Courtney Clenny will soon be joined by her parents, Kim and Deborah, in jail. All three now defendants in connection to the murder case of Christian Obumseli.
The parents, both the mom and the dad, as well as Ms. Courtney Clenny, were involved in trying to obstruct justice and tamper with evidence by deleting or removing certain evidence that we believe is going to be very incriminating in this case against her.
Larry Hanfield represents the victim who was stabbed to death by Courtney. The online model charged with second-degree murder claimed self-defense. In a major twist, 2 years after the murder, Courtney and her parents charged as principals of one another, along with other uncharged individuals, for committing unauthorized access to the victim's computer. Courtney in court for the new charge.
All right, ma'am, so you're charged with computer offenses. Your attorney, Mr. Prieto, is present.
Records show police found a group chat where Clenny's parents, along with their attorneys, discussed potential laptop passwords. Eventually, her dad got in. One attorney warned in the chat they shouldn't access the files. But under Florida law, a crime was already committed.
In an effort to remove or delete evidence that clearly we believe is incriminating evidence, and it goes to the cover-up, for which my family has always believed that Mr. Obumseli was the victim in this case. This was never self-defense.
In response, Clenny's attorneys say they are extremely surprised and concerned, adding this could be an example of prosecutorial overreach and misconduct. It's unclear what police will find in the laptop.
And another interesting twist here is that Courtney's arrest warrant says that her criminal defense attorney acted with criminal intent because he delivered the laptop to a tech consultant. However, he has not been criminally charged. As for the parents, last check, they are in Texas, and we are waiting for them to be extradited here to Miami-Dade. As for Courtney, she has a hearing tomorrow morning. We're in Miami. Christian Colon, NBC6 News.
Meet Courtney's parents, Kim and Deborah Clenny. It is important to remember that Courtney started transferring money out of 3 Bank of America accounts on April 12, 2022, just 9 days after the unaliving of Toby. The amounts were reported to be $121,000, $1,013,000, and $50,000. This information was reported during her father's testimony at a previous bail hearing. According to her father, Kim, the reason for the wire transfers was for safeguarding because Courtney was a mess due to trauma and heavy drinking. Courtney was arrested in Hawaii, where she allegedly checked into rehab. It is important to note that many of Toby's personal belongings were taken after his unaliving and not by his family, who are his next of kin and have control of his estate. Courtney's parents were arrested in Texas last week. I will play a clip from NBC6 News South Florida. They have all the details and are doing a fabulous job covering this case. I will then be ending this episode of Survivor Speaks with a clip obtained from the TMZ website. It is being used under the Fair Use Act to educate and help with the commentary during this video. You can also head over to TMZ Investigate to watch Killer OnlyFans model Deadly Love Story. It aired on February 12th of 2024 and is quite eye-opening. Also, there is a clip of an interview of Clenny's parents obtained from TMZ by way of the Miami Emerald. I must say, the mother has some pretty interesting, colorful, and disturbing views. I'll just let you hear those views directly from her. She acts as if the color roles were reversed. There would be no case. Just absurd. It doesn't matter race or color. No one deserves to be alive at the hands of another. Clenny was previously detained in another state for abusing Toby and admitting to police that she threw something at Toby's head and that she is always the one who jumps on Toby. So you can look that video up as well. It just seems that she never had to take accountability for most of her actions. It's sad that Toby didn't get out before paying the price of her alleged abuse with his life. There are photos of him having to get stitches in his face from a previous assault and text messages of Courtney mocking him as he tried to tell her what was happening at the ER. But like I said in the beginning, most men don't report abuse because it makes them look weak. I will also say to any female that watches this video, please refrain from putting your hands on men because you never know how they will react. And if you have a parent like Deborah Clenny, she will do all that she can to twist the narrative in favor of her daughter. I'm Survivor Speaks, and I am signing off. Stay tuned for the remaining clips. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification button for my next video upload. Peace.
Christian Obumsali's killing was the last straw in a relationship laced with anger, brutality, and unrelenting violence. Now add race to the mix. Prosecutors want to introduce evidence of Courtney calling Christian a racial epithet.
My bad, I forgot to tell you that. That doesn't make you to act and call me a Yes, thank you. Call me thank you.
She told me why she called him that. Because she wanted him to leave, and she said no self-respecting black man would stick around after being called that name. So she thought that was a way to get him to leave.
Obviously didn't work.
She liked him partly because he was black. I believe if Courtney were black or if Christian were white, we would not be here.
Chill. How ignorant is that? If the color roles were reversed, we wouldn't be here. So if he was white and she was black, that means that she would have unalived him and we wouldn't be here. Yeah. We wouldn't have even been able to say that this was self-defense when it wasn't. What is she? Okay, you see, that is where, and I do believe that Courtney got the way she her ways from her mother. It looks like her mother put her hands on her father. Yeah, he looks like he is the wuss in this relationship. I'm gonna bring Nate back over here because he looks like he's help. I said help. help me. Somebody help me. Help me. Look at him. And look at her. Well, her dumb child, you can't make this stuff up. You cannot make this stuff up. So I was like, what the heck is she talking? Just like Chloe said, Delulu. Check my hair. She's Delulu. I've done whatever they wanted, laugh, gotten away with it in Florida. Child. Yeah. But I just thought, yeah, so I was into the Clinton case. I had said I wanted to cover it. But that took so long. But back then, you see, I was doing videos. Thank you for loving the avatar for always. Thank you. So I was doing video, but yeah, ever since, whatever, I've been here. I had to pop out, and that's it. I've been out ever since. Yeah, they are pretty stupid. Like, it's just nobody deserves to be unalive, regardless of whether or not the roles were reversed. Nobody deserves to be unalive. But anyway, we all know the streets are safe today because Diddy is still in jail. So we are all, well, I'm probably not everybody, but I'm glad that I feel safe today. I feel safe. That, they denied his bail. And I knew that Judge Romanian was going to come through. I don't know what people was talking about. He's a fair judge. He is. But he follows the letter of the law. And I'm so glad. I'm telling y'all, I know that people think that he's not going to give him the full 20 years, but I don't think that he's going to let him off light either. He may give him the max because he pointed out how after he knew he was under investigation, he continued to commit crimes. I think that he's going to kind of be like, wait a minute now. I saw that. Like I said, he has the evidence just as the jury has it. He knows the law. So he may be thinking, and nobody can tell him that. Nobody can tell him how to think. He may be thinking because it got to be a thought in his mind. It has to be a thought in his mind for him to say, bail is denied, and here's the reasons why. Because he continued to commit crime. He was going to have a freak off the day he was arrested, y'all. So I have faith in this judge. So I'm not going with everybody else. Everybody thought that he was coming home. Did he cancel the 4th of July? Cancel the parades that y'all put together for him. Okay? He's where he needs to be. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Like I said, this jury should have been sequestered, and then maybe, because it's just, I'm telling you, they went rogue on some charges. They got it wrong. I'm just saying. But if they had found him, you know what, though? I thought they said, okay, so if he only needed to be found guilty of 2, because the prostitution charges are 2 standalone charges. I thought that somebody did explain it that way, but who knows? But they had they proved bribery, hands down, $100,000 worth of bribery, hands down. But anyway, like I said, July 8th, they're supposed to be having I guess the sentencing. He is waiving his pre-sentencing hearing, and he wants to go straight to the sentencing phase. They're looking for him to do less time. The prosecution, of course, is wanting him to do the 20 years max. I agree. So anyway, Diddy don't pay none of my bills. He probably wouldn't spit on me if I was on fire. So guess what? I am just looking at the law and what it is that I feel about how the jury voted. And that's just that on that. They proved that Distribution was even proved according to the definition that, of the, as it relates to the law. So that's it. That's it, and that's all. And thank y'all for coming. So I wouldn't be me if I didn't end the show. I got to do this all again because we got the Courtney Clemmy thing. I had to bring it on over. Listen, yes, she said that. Yes, not only did she get, the reason why she got out for always was because she initially said that it was self-defense. That's why they let her out on the premise of that. And then when they realized that, wait a minute, we've been duped. And his family, he has a loving, supportive family. They stood up and said, no, And then he had already just 2 weeks ago, she had cut him about from right here to here. He was in a hospital. He called her and she's laughing and he's like, you almost unalived me. And she was laughing. She thought it was a joke. So, but the case with the parents, I'm gonna have to check it again, but I believe those charges were dropped. Why? Because it was attorney-client privilege. First of all, you was not talking to Courtney. You were talking to her parents. You were talking to her parents. You were talking to Courtney, and then to her parents, trying to figure out what his password was so you guys can break into that laptop. And that's exactly what y'all did. They gave the laptop, according to the chat, her attorney knew that they didn't have the password to the laptop. He was the one that was going to visit her on consultations, and she was telling him what she thought that the password would be. She gave the right password. The father went in there and he talking about, I forgot what he said. It was something like, we got this, something like that, he said. It was crazy because they have all of they had put up the chat that they were in. And then you took it, the attorney took it and had the information extracted off of it. Her parents are not his clients. Correct. So sorry this came out in the wash, but you were in a criminal chat with them doing something criminal. You knew that it was criminal. You're an attorney. Stop. And you knew that was Toby's laptop. You did not think that was her laptop. You knew that was Toby's laptop. So stop. But here we are. The only model's fan. That's what I call her. If Toby don't have no man, I got tired of them calling him. Oh, the breaking news. The boyfriend of the only fans model, Courtney Clenny. What is his name? Say his name. Yeah, I got tired. So I made the video. These motherfuckers getting on my nerves. And I can see who was the aggressor. Go back to Miami. Go to Miami and get the tape. The footage of when they were arrested in Miami is here on YouTube as well. She told that cop that she hit him. She is normally the one. She's the aggressor. She always starts with him. I said, what? They need to bring that on in the courtroom. They need to bring that on in court as evidence. So I'm not for always. Now you're gonna have me looking in. I'm gonna see when she's going, but I know that Cat Not Williams was supposed to be covering this when it came up. But yeah, because I was initially going to cover it. I did that video a while ago. But yeah, it was just I couldn't believe that the story about the 18-year-old boy. And you talk about you gonna burn your house down, you gonna slap his daddy in the face. That man was blurred out on the news telling this story. He told him to blur him out. For what? What's she gonna do to you? Child would have been up there saying it loud and proud. Maybe he didn't want nobody to know who he was. No, you should have pressed charges. But, because her parents said, oh my goodness, she's intoxicated and this is what, alcohol does to her. Well, if you know that this is what alcohol does to her and she knows what alcohol does to her, then maybe she should stop drinking. Yeah, but she's aggressive with this 18-year-old boy that she doesn't know. The father said they don't know her. They never had seen her. Remember, she was staying with the mother She was staying with the parents when she first got out of jail. So after this incident is when she went to Hawaii, and that's where they arrested her at. She said that in another, when they were arrested, they were in Florida, I believe, in Miami. They were in Miami. She said that to the police officer. She said it. Mm-hmm. And so now they have those, you know, the videos where they hear him saying, you know, stop. This is not the first time that you've done, like, stop. And she calling him the N-word. And Toby, I wish you had the courage to walk away. The money is not, you know, what it is. And people want to say, oh, he was living off her. No, they were on OnlyFans. They were doing OnlyFans together. So technically, that's his money too. She was letting him be on there and knocking it down and all that type of stuff. Like, I don't. So technically, that's yeah. They both were on there together. But anyway, when you mess with crazy Looney Tunes and people show you who they are, believe who they are when they show you. So that is just the way it is. So, okay, y'all. When I go, I'm going to get the information about Nazaria Harris. I'll, you know, make a, I'll schedule a live first, just so we can do a quick update on it. It may not be today. I didn't say today. I was supposed to be. Oh my gosh, I am a whole out. So anyway, so yeah, I was working on something else, but anyway, I think I missed it. So anyway, so I will end the show as I always do, bringing awareness that men get breast cancer too. Because of the stigma surrounding the word breast, we have changed the word to peck and or chest cancer over here on the Survivor Speak show. So we're going to continue to bring awareness that men get breast cancer too. And to all of my ladies, please make sure that you're getting your mammograms, filling on your boobies to make sure that you are all right. All right. And don't you dare let anyone come into your house and disturb the peace that passes all understanding. So shout out to the channel sponsor for today, Missy Boo. I appreciate you and all of your support. And I will see you guys in our next video unless something comes out and I got to just hop on with the hop on. Thank y'all for rocking out with me and dealing with all of my shenanigans. And I will talk to you later. Peace.
Survivor Speaks is the name at the end of the day. People love me or hate me, I don't care either way. Breast cancer busted through like a leaf in the night. A cancer's ass was knocked out before the end of the fight. A champion coming through, knocking everything out. This is hard if you see, I do nothing for clout. Just like cancer, I'll let nothing take me out. So be respectful when you step foot inside of my house. Hold it clear to have your ass escorted on out. So hop up out the bushes, wrap your feet, take a seat, and get comfortable and chill with your girl. Survivor Speaks, yeah. Hey, hey, hey. Who, what? I'm Survivor Speaks. What time is it? What time is it? It's time for you to hit that like and subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you get a notification each and every time that I go live. Yeah.